great opportunity on Friday to keep control of the series, and that's going to be a challenge for us.
Thank you.
Standing in the back left.
Yes, Steph. Emilio Perez here, Top Deportes. Are you starting to get worried that you haven't showed the MVP caliber type of player that you could be in the series? That's question number one. And question number two for Clay. Who's to blame for tonight's loss?
No. I'm disappointed that I didn't do anything to help my team win tonight. It's not about living up to a certain expectation other than one that I have for myself, and that's I haven't done that, or I did do that tonight, and I got to be better.
I mean, we're all to blame. We win together, we lose together. Obviously, the starting unit has to be much better. We lost the game in that first quarter. We can't let them get out to a 33-14 lead, and give credit to our bench. They did a tremendous job in fighting us back in it. But, you know, if it was a 10-point game rather than a 19, different story. So that's on us, and we're going to come out much better on Friday.
Front left, Monty.
Monty Poole, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Clay, on the play where you ran into Mozgov, or his knee got there, what was your interpretation of what actually happened there? Because it looked like a pretty good collision.
I didn't get it. I don't know. I'm guarding Kyrie. I'm running full speed downhill. I just don't know who's trying to set a pick on you in the middle of the key. I mean, if it was on the perimeter, I understand, but it didn't make sense to me. Obviously, it didn't feel good, but I'll be all right. Luckily for us, we got a day off. I mean, I'm going to take the day off tomorrow and get healthy, but it's the finals. Nothing's going to, you know, keep me out of it. But I rewatched it. I'm just confused why he's trying to set a screen in the middle of the key when we're both running full speed downhill. You know, it seemed kind of dirty to me. I just stick his knee out too, but you know what? That's basketball.
Tim in the back right.
Steph, Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press. When a team wins a game real easy, you hear a lot about you just try to move on. You don't get too wrapped up in how good it felt. Does the same kind of apply after a night like this, or do you sort of try to extract more fuel from a big loss than you might necessarily when you win a game by a lot?
We've been in situations like these before where you have a night that just doesn't go your way from start to finish, and for us, we've been able to bounce back pretty quick because we can turn the page and understand, like I said, we're still in a good position. So, and like Clay said, I think we understand why we lost the game, and it was that first 8 to 10 minutes where they came out with a huge punch, and we didn't handle it well at all, or basically lost the game in that stretch. From then on, we played pretty tough and gave ourselves a little bit of hope in the second half. It was only an 8-point deficit, but then it slipped away. But if we can sure up that first punch that they're going to throw, especially with the home crowd, home energy, we'll be in a good position.
To follow up real quick, LeBron gets asked a lot about, when something doesn't right for the Cavs. He gets asked a lot about, do you feel like you have to take the game over, blah, blah, blah. How do you try to avoid that mindset as far as, Friday will be a big game, obviously. It's the finals, it's game 4. But do you ever go into a game thinking, I got to get going early? Do you ever have that mindset?
I got to just be aggressive and play better and be more assertive in my scoring positions and my playmaking, positions on the floor. And, yeah, there's a sense of urgency knowing how big game 4 is, and I need to be ready.
Marcus on the left, standing.
Marcus Thompson, Barry News Group. Clay, you guys have won more games than any team in history, but half of your losses are of these kind. Why do you think you have so many of these Murphy's Law games where nothing goes right?
I don't know. I know it didn't go right tonight, but it's hard to reflect on all the times we got blown out. I think most of it's just energy, just matching this, that team's energy. They were hungrier than us tonight. There's no excuse for us, but that's all it is. I know we're not going to make every shot, obviously. We're going to have bad turnovers, but if we play with great energy and effort, we won't see another 30-point loss like this.
Tim again on the left side.
Yeah, Tim Powell, Comic Record News. Steph, we talk always offensively, but Steve Kerr also mentioned there are a couple back doors that got behind you early. Do you think you were mentally into this game? Do you feel like you were approaching this game with the same mental sharpness that you usually do?
For sure. Not a front runner when it comes to having a 2-0 lead and doing anything different to prepare for games. Just in the first half, I had a couple lapses where didn't follow the game plan, and Kyrie gets an easy layup, gets his confidence going. A couple switches where I didn't hear the guy behind me and talking and being quicker with my reads in that situation. So I obviously take the blame for that, but nothing about my preparation for tonight, mentally or physically, was different. It's just didn't go out and execute as well as I wanted to.
And also, Steve said he took you out in the second quarter after one of those turnovers to say something to you. What generally did he say to you? What did you need to hear? What was that all about? You almost never get taken out for performance. What was that like?
I would have done the same thing. He's trying to get it some life and figure out a way to maybe get me going. And it was a short talk, but it'll carry over to Game 4 for sure, with the way we'll start the game.
Right here in this corner.
Step down here on the right, Ray Jaski, ESPN 990. This is very similar to a year ago from the standpoint, different in as much as you came in at 2-0 and not 1-1. But you had a real slow start a year ago. I think you had about 3 points at halftime, something like that. But you did find something late in the game in the fourth quarter, brought the team back and made it kind of scary for the Cavs last year. Weren't able to get that done this year. Are you able to carry something over to the game, or is it a whole new start? What do you and Clay have to do to create looks, to get better looks, and to get yourselves going the way we're used to seeing?
Not turn the ball over and be more assertive in the second half. The way that they were pressuring out in the paint and got into the lane, made a couple layups. We were more precise with our screening and cutting, and got open looks. And I think the way Clay came back after he got hurt and came back in the game, he got into the paint. He made some great one-on-one moves to get free. Obviously knocked down a three to keep the momentum going. So that's the way we have to play in the first 6 minutes, and not wait for them to throw the first punch or to be on our heels. And that'll be the adjustment if that is one for game 4.
Kenny over here on the right.
Kenny Rhoda, WHBC Radio, over here for Clay Thompson. Clay, you just said they were hungrier. After game 1, game 2, I heard J.R. Smith and Tristan say you guys were hungrier. Why is it so tough to keep that hunger every game? Because this was a 63-point turnaround from game 2 to game 3.
At this point, it really isn't that hard. You got to give them credit. You can't downplay what they did. They came out with more energy than us. We have no excuse for it. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and say we did this wrong, but we just got to learn from it. And the best part about this team is we responded well the whole year. And we've had a bad history of game 3s, which is unfortunate, but luckily for us, golden opportunity still to go home up 3-1, so no time to sulk. Me and Steph haven't really shot the ball as well as we want to. That's all right. We're still up 2-1. And, law of averages, they'll all even out. Just got to keep the confidence high.
3 final quick ones in the back, Ken, and up here.
This is Sue from Thompson, right here down the middle. This question for both of you. What is